Yo, what's up, guys? Good afternoon. We're running a little bit late today, eh? Running a little bit late. Market is in the red. Good DCA opportunities across the board, as always, guys. Hopefully, you guys are taking advantage of these situations because they will only last so long. I know it feels like it's taking forever, but at some point, you will look back down the road and go, man, I wish I had had more time to accumulate during these red days, right? And you'll look back and there'll be so many red days that you just sat there angry and frustrated instead of excited, taking advantage of the situation. So this is an opportunity. It is a blessing. Right now, JASMY down 1.9% on the day, down 20.7% on the week, and down 25.7% on the month. But we're up 467% on the year. We're even in rank at 71. A $1.51 billion market cap, and the volume is just abysmal, 79.92 million. Nobody is trading right now. Nobody is trading. That's essentially what it means. Nothing is happening. No excitement is on the horizon. Let's go over to the JASMY chart. So we got now, guys, I've been saying this for days now. Like I said, we have our double top. For me, this double top is likely going to play out to the downside, obviously, right? We're just waiting for it to happen. We seem to be holding support really strong at that 3 cent 1 level. We're sitting there right now, again, 3 cent 126. But like I said yesterday, guys, the more you test the support level, the weaker it gets. And eventually we're going to fall through this support level if we don't start moving to the upside, right? Same thing with resistance levels, guys. The more you hit off of it, the more you break down that sell wall, the weaker that resistance level gets and you come to the upside, right? Well, it works the exact same way to the downside. So unless we start getting momentum to the upside, this is inevitably going to break down, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens, but over on Bitcoin is leading the way, and it's exactly the same thing with Bitcoin. We continue to hit this 92K level over and over and over. We're bouncing between 94 and 92 and 94. If we keep coming down to 92, it's going to break, and we're going to come to the downside. We have this head and shoulders that potentially could play out. I think it's inevitable that we come down between 85 and 88K. I would like to just get it over with already so that we can start building momentum to the upside and continue on with this bull run, right? It's when things are red, when things are going down, it's exciting because you can buy. When things are going up, it's exciting because your portfolio is green. When it's boring and sideways like this and you're just hanging on the edge of a cliff waiting for that dump, like, can we just get this over already? Right? And I'm starting to see some people saying, because it looks so obvious we're going to dump, that we probably won't dump. So, I mean, who knows, right? There's a possibility we won't. Nothing is guaranteed in charting, guys. Nothing, right? All we can do is look at probabilities and be ready for both scenarios. So that's what we do here. So will we come down? I think we come down between 85 and 88. Potential to come down between 78 and 80 to fill the CME gap, like we've talked about. But right here is my, I'm not going to say for sure, but, I'm not going to say 100%, but I'm fairly confident we're coming down to that level. Again, the more we test 92K, the greater the chance that we're going to collapse down below it, right? So to avoid that, we need to invalidate it and we need to break to the upside. And we don't have any volume in the market right now. Nothing. There's nothing to show that we're going to break to the upside. But I mean, hey, listen, sometimes in crypto, that's exactly when you do break to the upside, right? So we'll see. But I think that the market's coming down here. I think that, Bitcoin's going to come down just low enough to convince people that it's over, and then it will reverse and go to the upside, right? So that's what I'm kind of paying attention to on Bitcoin. Let's go over to Onyx Coin's chart. I wanted to cover Onyx Coin's chart as well. So again, if Bitcoin does collapse, I mean, look how good Onyx Coin's been holding up against the market. Like, we have just been sitting right in this area here consolidating fantastic job holding this level, guys, against everything. So I'm actually pretty bullish on that. However, if we do see that dump on Bitcoin down to 85 to 88K, well, you're coming down at least here to 2023 and potentially down here to 2020, right? So that's kind of where I think we're coming down to one of these two levels inevitably if Bitcoin does collapse further. If not, then we will continue on our trend to the upside. I have seen cases where situations where XCN has actually moved in the opposite direction of Bitcoin. So it is possible that it decouples temporarily and does start moving to the upside again, right? It's done it before. So we'll be paying attention to that as well. Again, got to be aware of all possibilities. Going over to the protocol, guys, a lot of people in the Discord and stuff have been talking about how the APR has been dropping. That's because more and more people are staking, right? The more people stake, I've explained this before, the more people stake, the lower the APR is going to go, right, guys? So in saying that, look at it like a piece of pie, and you got a big piece of pie, but the more people that come in the room and say, I want a slice too, your piece of pie gets smaller and smaller, right? And I had been asked in the past, well, that APR seems like a scam because, how is that sustainable? And I've said before, it's not sustainable. That's the point, right? The more people stake, the lower down it goes, right? No one said that, 100,000 people are going to come in and stake and the APR is going to stay the same. That's not the case, right? The more people stake, the lower the APR goes. So something to be aware of, guys, right? It's when you should wonder if the APR is sustainable is when you're getting more and more and more and more people staking on the protocol, but the APR is not going down. Then it's a little sus, right? But this is perfectly normal. Like I said, the more people join, the more people take a slice of the pie, the lower that piece of pie gets, smaller the piece of pie gets. So yeah. And finally, guys, a little speculation here. Saw this post from the world of meme streets. As real talk, though, if JASMY is big as we know it must be on Robinhood. So this is a tweet out here. Will Robinhood add JASMY to their crypto offerings? Seems like these coins should be offered on the platform. I agree. I think it would be a phenomenal thing for JASMY to get listed on Robinhood. I think it makes perfect sense. I think that, again, I put a request out there to the community, guys, to see if anyone out there knew how to create a petition to have JASMY removed from the monitoring zone. I haven't gotten any replies, so I'm assuming that means that no one knows how to create a petition for that. But it would be nice to be able to get some sort of a petition together, or if there's a request process to get JASMY listed over on Robinhood, right? Maybe we just harass them and tag them in every single post on X or something, right? So maybe that's how we do it, but I don't know. But for now, guys, listen, if you're new to crypto, if you've never been through an altcoin season before, you got to have an exit strategy in place, guys. Okay, so get over to the Patreon. I'm telling you right now, you're going to run into so many problems you don't even know exist. Exchanges are going to start freezing your account so you can't take profits when your coins are pumping. That is extremely frustrating, right? And then after they're finished pumping a few days later, then they grant you access to your account back. And what they do is they freeze it, saying no trading activity. You can't buy, you can't sell, you can't convert, you can't do anything, right? And they say technical difficulties because they can't handle the volume in the market. So then you get screwed over and you can't convert your JASMY or whatever else over to stablecoin or to fiat, right? Now, listen, I know that you're sitting there going, but I use Coinbase. Coinbase is one of the worst ones for it, guys. Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, they all do it at the same time, okay? So how do you, if you've never been to a bull run before, I'm telling you guys, they did it in the last bull run, 2020, 2021, all the time, all the centralized exchanges. Oh, sorry, nope, can't trade, can't take profits, sorry, nope. You know how many people got frustrated and angry by that? Could you imagine? Your bag is where you want it to be, your profits are where they want to be, and then you go to convert over to stablecoin, and they say, nope, sorry, we froze your trading for 11 days. Holy crap, are you kidding me? I can't take profits. It happens. It happens to everybody, guys. How do you avoid these problems? Join our community, guys, and we will help guide you through these inevitable eventualities. Then you run into other problems. Your bank. If you transfer 6 figures from your crypto exchange to your bank, there's a good chance your bank is going to freeze your assets and tell you that it's suspicious activity, and they want you to prove you didn't get that money through illicit activity, right? How do you avoid these problems? Again, jump over to our community, and we will help guide you through these problems, guys. These are problems that most people in crypto are not going to prepare you for because they don't care. They don't care if your account gets frozen on the exchange. They don't care if your bank seizes your money because they're labeling it illicit activity, and then you got to jump through hoops for a year to prove that it's your money, right? It's not worth, guys. It's not worth gambling. Jump over to our community. We have group video calls we do every single evening. You can jump in there. You can see and hear everybody else. You can ask all the questions you want, get the guidance that you need, right? You can schedule one-on-one coaching AMAs with me personally. We can get an exit strategy put in place for you. And the worst issue of all, guys, if you do not know how to identify where liquidity is in the market so that your sell orders actually fill, you're going to be left standing there with your hands in the air going, this is a scam. Why did my sell orders not fill? This is BS, right? Because you're putting your sell orders where there are no buy orders in the market. So the exchanges are not going to buy your crypto back from you. They're just a middleman between a buyer and a seller. So you have to be able to identify where buyers are in the market. If you don't know how to do that, you're going to get screwed. Your orders are not going to fill, right? And I've heard this argument. Some inexperienced people have said to me, well, I'll just use a conversion tool and convert it to USDC or whatever stablecoin. That's selling. That's what selling is, right? Doesn't work. You can try. It won't work, right? So I'm telling you right now, guys, avoid these problems and many, many other obstacles that are going to be thrown in front of you that you don't even see coming because you're new. You think everyone's playing on a level playing field, and they're not. Exchanges are there to make money off of you and screw you over. They're not there to help you make money off of them, right? So again, if you think that you can sell to an exchange, a lot of people make this mistake when they come in. They think that the exchange is buying their coins back from them. Nope, they're not. Why would the exchange sell you JASMY at 4 cents and then buy it back from you at $1? Does that make sense as a business plan to you? Right? It doesn't work that way. It's the same as the stock market. For every seller, there has to be a buyer. There's no little shortcut around that rule. There's no little, I'll use the conversion tool to get around it. Do you not think everyone would have thought of that by now? Right? Honestly, there is no way around the fact that if there is no liquidity where you're trying to sell, you simply will not be able to sell. It's that simple. There's no money to give you, right? So in saying that, guys, join our group video calls we do every single evening. Schedule your one-on-one coaching AMAs with me personally. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.